Hi, this is Josie, the Paint Pixie. So today we're going to create sunflowers and dandelions in an unexpected way. And here we go. There are the sunflowers and there are the dandelions. What I like to do is I like to look at other ways I can use our molds. So in this demonstration, we are going to be using our succulent garden, and that is the one that I am putting the cornstarch in right now. What I loved about this particular mold is it reminded me of the center of the sunflower. So why not use it? Since I don't have a sunflower in my collection, not to say that I won't eventually, but yeah, I was getting some estimates for some custom molds, some really pretty, scrolly ones that I wanted made, and the cost of materials has really gone up. So we're kind of putting a hold on that. But in the meantime, I have to figure out other ways. And I was even thinking about getting a custom sunflower made. So instead, I'm using our succulent garden, and the one I'm using now for the petals is our swirl me. I think the two put together make the cutest sunflower. And what I love about it is it's not flat looking like a lot of sunflowers that I've seen out there in the market. I like the dimension. Using the leaves from the swirl me give the petals, actually, even though sunflower petals are typically pretty flat, there's something about using these fat petals that just give it dimension and personality. So yeah, why not, right? And what you're seeing me do now is, of course, using my favorite glue, the Tight Bond, which you can get at any of your hardware stores. It's only running around $4 for an 8-ounce bottle. So, a bottle goes a long, long way. Matter of fact, I'm still using, I think I bought 6 bottles to redo our RV cabinets last year, and I still have a couple bottles left. There was no need in returning them because I knew that I would use them. So here we go. I think that looks adorable. I put the sunflower in the corner, and now I pre-made those. No need to have to, rehash all this for you. You get the gist of how to make your load your molds. Now I have decided I want to base coat my sunflowers in that same deep green. It's just an acrylic paint. There's some samples that were sent to me, so there are really no color names. But I thought, instead of doing a deep brown like I normally do under my molds, or on top of my molds, I should say, I decided to do this deep green. I thought it would be a better choice for a flower. So that's it. That's what we're doing. We're base coating them in this deep green. All right, now starts the layering process. You can take any white paint that you like, and you are going to dry brush, meaning you're going to barely put any paint on the tip of your brush, even offload it, which means take off some of that excess paint off the brush, the bristles, and just lightly run those bristles over your item. In this case, the reason I am putting a white base coat is because when I go and I use the mermaid paint, which are watercolors, those are sheer. I want the white under it to make those colors pop. If I were to put those colors on top of the green, I would lose them because that paint is so sheer. It's so see-through. When I say sheer, very translucent. So here we go, starting more of the layering process. And this is where you need to decide what colors you want your sunflowers. For me, you saw I started with the brown for the middle, now, and then I did yellow petals. Now I'm doing some orange. In a little bit, you'll see me going back over that middle, like right now, with black, right? Because the middle of the sunflowers are dark brown or black. And then I'm layering some more white on top. What this helps, you'll see me a couple of times keep layering like this. I want all these colors to start coming through and look very dimensional. This is my style of painting. I highly recommend it. It doesn't make your piece look so flat. So you're probably thinking, why do you keep putting it on, taking it off? Because even when I take it off, I am still seeing color under there. And I'm barely touching the paint to remove it. So now you see, I know it's a little hard for you to see it on your end. And here I go again with the white, but I just keep layering and layering. It just keeps making those undercolors pop some more, and again with the whites. So now we're going to be using the Ruffles mold to make the center of our dandelion. Right? Those dandelions have those green centers, or yeah, they're green. And you'll see in a moment how I'm going to create what do you call those with the dandelions? They're not really petals, but the part that you blow off and make a wish. So again, here, I'm just putting in the leaves and getting, the stems. I actually didn't have a mold for the stem. I just take a piece and I roll it on my table. And then I get it to the size that I want. Works great. There we go with that one. Whoops, and I dropped it. Yeah. And you can see what I did around the edge of the guitar as well. I took the Violets Are Blue mold and only used 3 petals. I wanted to give this whole guitar this sort of vintage vibe, and there's something about it there with the sunflowers and the polka dots. So I thought, you know what, it needs almost like this trim, and I can't even put my finger on what the trim is called. I can see it embroidered on little girls' dresses. So here we go, my thought process. Where should I put that little one? Should I put it in between? No. Decide to go on top and just stagger them. I just felt like that little area right there needed something. And this is what you'll do. It's all just in the process. You have to decide where do you want to, your placement. And again, it's all like, all right, is this too big? Is it too small? And it's just right. There we go. All right, just need to add the leaves, and then we're gonna add the part that you're gonna blow off. Yeah, 2 more leaves. That's it. Hang with me, we're almost through this. Guitar was really a fun project to make. My neighbor next door in Las Vegas builds custom guitars, and I had asked him to cut one out for me, which he actually did several months ago, and for Christmas I actually decorated it for him. Made it look like a flag, and I wanted to do something different for my own, and this actually took on a mind of its own. I started playing around with that succulent garden and those petals. I decided I wanted a sunflower, and this is what happened, and I love dandelions. All right, so this is going to be kind of an odd, I forgot about this part. All right, so I took a flat blade. Now you know how dandelion middles, if you look at a picture, it's not one solid, it looks like a bunch of green dots if you're looking at someone's painting or whatever. So in my head I'm thinking, what if I kind of make a bunch of cuts in my middle? Then what I can do is paint them green. We can paint them green first. And then go back and kind of do my layering where the green almost looks like it's just fragmented. Maybe that's the word. So you actually won't see the final result until you see the final picture, because I kept working on this. So I started off, painting it the green, the watercolor green, and as you can see actually in the picture of the dandelion, it ended up being that same acrylic green that I used for the background of the polka dots. So here we go. Now you want to grab one of your artist brushes. I liked using my biggest one because it gave me the biggest tip at the end. You can see I'm dipping it in the paint, and I'm just dotting, putting all sorts of dots in a circular pattern around each middle. This is creating those, whatever they're called on a dandelion, where you blow it off and you make your wish. That's what this is creating. It's just a whimsical way of doing this. They're just so much fun. There's something about dandelions. I think it's that whole, like, oh, will my wish come true? And I think that's why I like them. even though they're considered weeds. Would I grow them in my garden? Probably not, which is weird if you like something, right? So here we go. Now I'm layering those a little bit with some yellow. But again, you're going to see at the end, and now I'm putting the white. It didn't do what I wanted it to do, did not have the effect I wanted. The colors were too light. So even though I won't be showing that part, and the truth is, while I was filming this, there were several times where I thought I had my camera on and I just didn't. Now I am waxing, and you look at my dandelions, you can see that they are dark green with white over them. This is just wax. Well, there we go. It's all finished. Dream, create, believe. My 3 favorite words. I hope you hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get better at making videos for all of you.